The envelope had never been sent. Park Jun-hyuk stopped. A stamp was affixed to the upper right corner of the old yellowed envelope. An address had been written on the front, but there was no postmark, no cancellation mark. The envelope had never passed through a post office. It had been sealed and set in a drawer. On the front, beneath the recipient's address, in his father's handwriting, 2 more lines had been added in small careful letters. Could not send it. Do not send it on my behalf. Just leave it. Jun-hyuk read those 2 lines again and again. Could not send it. Do not send it on my behalf. Just leave it. His father had written this letter. He had sealed it. He had put a stamp on it. He had been close to sending it. And then he had not. He had written a note to whoever would find it after he was gone. Do not send it. Just leave it. The recipient's name was written on the front. Han Jeong-ae, a name Jun-hyuk had never once heard. Not from his father. Not in 22 years of living together. His father had died 35 days ago. Before dawn, he had come out of his room to find him on the wooden floor. His heart had been weak for years. The night before had given nothing away. Dinner, television, the usual cough, bed. Nothing more. The funeral had passed. His older brother came from far away and left after 3 days. Jun-hyuk remained alone. His mother had died when he was 16. After that, he and his father had lived together in this house for 22 years. Now only Jun-hyuk remained. He had not moved a single thing from his father's room. For more than a month he had put off sorting. Today he had finally made himself go in. Desk first, 3rd drawer, back inner corner. The envelope. His father had been a quiet man. Not warm, but not frightening. Simply still. He swept the yard. He walked briefly in the alley and came back. He set dinner on the table each evening. They ate and watched television and said very little. For 22 years, Jun-hyuk had never once asked what his father was thinking. His father had never offered. That was how this house had worked. And yet this envelope had been sitting in that drawer for 20 years. With a stamp, with an address, but unsent. The next morning he went to find the oldest resident of the village. A man named Cho Seong-won, close to 80, who had known his father since they were young. He was sitting in his yard in the spring sun. Jun-hyuk showed him the envelope. He pointed to the recipient's name, Han Jeong-ae. The old man looked at the envelope for a moment. His expression shifted. Something old moved in his eyes. Then he said an old name. A woman your father knew when he was young. She was not from this village. She came from elsewhere. Your father was fond of her. They met often for a while. But this was before he married your mother. Jeong-ae left for another village at some point. I do not know the exact circumstances. She simply went. Whether your father thought of her for a long time afterward, I did not know then. And I did not ask. Some things are not asked. Jun-hyuk returned home. He sat at the table with the envelope in front of him. The candle trembled. Light shifted across the surface of the envelope. His father had known a woman named Han Jeong-ae before his mother. His father's young years, a part of his father that had existed before the house, before the silences, before the quiet evenings. His father had written her a letter. He had put a stamp on it. And then he had not sent it. He had kept it in a drawer for 20 years. He had written, do not send it. Just leave it. He had not wanted it sent even after his death. But he had not thrown it away either. Just leave it. Jun-hyuk thought about this for 2 days. Then on the 3rd morning he put the envelope in his coat pocket. He walked to the bus station. He checked the address. 2 hours by bus. He rode in silence. Outside, April fields. Pale green beginning everywhere. Spring. Fully arrived. The kind of spring that had finished arriving and was simply here. 2 hours. He stepped off into a village near a river. He could hear the water. He asked at a shop near the station for Han Jeong-ae. The woman there thought briefly and said, yes, I know her. She lives on the east side of the village. Lives alone. Getting on in years. He walked. Gray walls on both sides. Spring wind. Warm now. Real spring wind. He found the house. Flower pots in the yard. Spring flowers opening. Someone was tending this place. He knocked. Light, slow footsteps inside. The door opened. A woman in her early 70s. Half white hair. Lines on her face. But her eyes were clear and alive. An old apron. Soil on her hands. She had just come in from the pots. She looked at him. The look of a person seeing a stranger. Jun-hyuk said, "Is your name Han Jeong-ae?" She said yes. He said, "My name is Park Jun-hyuk. I am the son of Park Young-soo. My father died 35 days ago. I found this while sorting through his belongings." He held out the envelope slowly. The woman's face changed. Her eyes narrowed. They fixed on the envelope. Her own name. The stamp. She reached out and took it. Then stopped. She stood still with the envelope resting in her open palm. She ran her fingers slowly over the surface. Over the stamp. Over the address. Over her name. She looked at it for a long time. Then she found the 2 lines beneath the address. "Could not send it. Do not send it on my behalf. Just leave it." She read them. Read them again. Her lips moved very slightly without sound. Something gathered in her eyes without falling. She held it in. She said, "Young-soo has gone. Come in." They sat across a worn wooden table. Through the curtain, the yard and its opening flowers were visible. She held the envelope in both hands. Jun-hyuk said, "There is a note on the front that says do not send it. Just leave it. That was my father's instruction. I was not sure whether to honor it or not. I could not simply leave it in the drawer without knowing. So I came myself. I have not opened the envelope. I do not know what is inside." She was quiet for a long time. She looked at the envelope. Then at the flowers in the yard. Then back at the envelope. She said, "I think I understand why he could not send it. And why he said not to send it on his behalf. I understand that feeling." Jun-hyuk said, "What do you think he meant?" She thought for a moment. Then writing something and sending it are 2 different things. Writing may be for oneself. Sending must be for the other person. Young-soo wrote this for himself, perhaps. But he did not know what it would mean to me to receive it. So he could not send it. And he did not want someone else to send it either. Jun-hyuk held those words inside him for a long time. Writing and sending are different things. His father had written. He had not sent. He had kept it for 20 years. He had instructed, "Do not send it. Just leave it." But he had not said, "Throw it away." Jun-hyuk asked, "What do you want to do with this envelope?" She set it on the table. She looked at it quietly. Then she said, "I will not open it. Young-soo chose not to send it. It would not be right for me to read what he did not send. I am not accepting what he did not give." Jun-hyuk asked, "Then what should be done with it?" She said, "Take it back. Your father said just leave it. That means leave it where it was. In his drawer. In the place he left it. Today you came, and that is enough. I know now that Young-soo wrote something. That he kept it for 20 years. That he thought of whether to send it. That is enough. More than enough. Would you have honored your father's instruction and left the envelope in the drawer? Or would you have brought it to the person it was addressed to, even knowing your father had said not to?" Jun-hyuk took the envelope back with both hands. Sealed. Unpostmarked. As it had been for 20 years. As it would continue to be. The 2 of them sat without speaking. Spring wind came through the curtain gap and moved across the table. April. The flowers in the yard moved gently. The envelope lay between them for a moment and then it was in his hands. He came home after dark. His father's room. The desk. The 3rd drawer. The inner back corner. He placed the envelope in its place. He closed the drawer. His father had written something he could not send. He had known the difference between writing and sending. He had kept it in a drawer and asked that it stay there. That had been his way of carrying something. A way of not letting it disappear while also not putting it into the world. Both at once. 20 years of that. Jun-hyuk stood at the desk with the drawer closed. Inside the envelope was his father. Some part of him that had existed before the quiet evenings. Before the 22 years of shared meals and television and very few words. There had been more to his father than the man Jeong-ae had known. Most of it was in that drawer. Sealed, unpostmarked, just left. What is carried in silence is not always meant to be given. Sometimes it waits in an unsent letter for 20 years. Not to be delivered, just to exist, just to remain, just to be left. If this story stayed with you, the next one begins here too.